The effect of climate change on polar bears. Polar bears are among the most vulnerable species affected by climate change, particularly due to the melting of Arctic sea ice. These apex predators rely heavily on sea ice to hunt, mate, and travel long distances in search of food. However, as global temperatures rise, sea ice is shrinking at an alarming rate, threatening the bear's survival. The decline in sea ice has led to habitat loss, making it more difficult for polar bears to access their primary prey, seals. As a result, some bears have been observed swimming for longer periods, which increases their energy expenditure and reduces their chances of survival. Furthermore, polar bears are being forced to spend more time on land, where food sources are scarce and nutritionally inadequate. This change in behavior can lead to malnutrition, lower reproductive rates, and increased mortality. In conclusion, the polar bear serves as a symbol of the broader impacts of climate change on wildlife. Without urgent action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, this iconic species may face extinction in the not-so-distant future. Plant communication. Although plants lack a nervous system and do not have brains like animals, research has shown that they can communicate through a variety of chemical and electrical signals. This form of interaction, often referred to as plant signaling, plays a crucial role in helping plants survive, adapt, and respond to their environment. One way plants communicate is through volatile organic compounds, VOCs, tiny airborne chemicals released into the air when a plant is under attack by pests. Neighboring plants detect these VOCs and begin to activate their own defense mechanisms, such as producing bitter-tasting compounds or releasing toxins that deter herbivores. Plants also use their root systems to share information. Certain species are connected underground by networks of fungi known as the mycorrhizal network, which scientists have nicknamed the Wood Wide Web. This network allows plants to exchange nutrients, warn each other of dangers, and even support weaker plants by sending them extra resources. Although plant communication is still not fully understood, these findings have profound implications for agriculture and ecology. Understanding how plants interact may lead to more sustainable farming practices and improved crop resilience in the face of climate change. Desertification and land degradation. Desertification refers to the process by which fertile land becomes increasingly arid and unproductive, typically as a result of climate change, deforestation, and unsustainable farming practices. It is a significant environmental issue that affects millions of people, especially in semi-arid regions such as sub-Saharan Africa, parts of Asia, and South America. One major cause of land degradation is overgrazing, where livestock consume vegetation faster than it can regenerate. This reduces ground cover, making the soil more vulnerable to erosion by wind and rain. Additionally, intensive agriculture and excessive irrigation can lead to salinization, which occurs when salt accumulates in the soil and inhibits plant growth. The consequences of desertification are severe. As land becomes barren, local communities lose access to food and water, leading to poverty, migration, and even conflict over dwindling natural resources. Furthermore, degraded land loses its ability to sequester carbon, thus contributing to global warming. Efforts to combat desertification include planting drought-resistant crops, promoting agroforestry, and implementing soil conservation techniques. International cooperation is also crucial, as land degradation is a global issue with far-reaching environmental, social, and economic impacts. Coral reef destruction. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. Often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, they provide habitats for countless marine species, support fisheries, protect coastlines, and contribute to tourism economies. However, these vital ecosystems are under threat from both natural and anthropogenic causes. One of the leading threats to coral reefs is coral bleaching, a phenomenon that occurs when corals expel the algae living in their tissues due to stress from rising sea temperatures. Without these algae, corals lose their color and essential source of energy, making them more vulnerable to disease and death. In addition to climate change, coral reefs are also damaged by pollution, overfishing, and destructive fishing practices, such as blast fishing and cyanide fishing. Furthermore, coastal development and tourism can lead to sedimentation, which smothers coral reefs and blocks sunlight necessary for their survival. The loss of coral reefs has far-reaching consequences. Not only does it affect marine biodiversity, but it also threatens food security, economic stability, and the natural protection that reefs provide against storm surges and coastal erosion. Conservation efforts, including the creation of marine protected areas and the restoration of damaged reefs, are crucial to preventing further loss.